What creates healing? Where does it come from? When you cut your skin, what mends that skin? Have you ever stopped to think about how healing occurs? Dr. Weeks here, and I'm going to introduce you to a concept that few of us understand and most of us doctors don't understand. It's the concept of universal intelligence and the cellular charge behind healing. When people get sick, when they get run down, when they get stressed, what we have found is that literally the electrical charge of people's bodies drops. A man named Otto Warburg, who's a Nobel Prize winner, found that when people get run down, literally the charge of their cells drops. And you can measure this. We measure this at Whole Body Health. The electrical differential from intra to extracellular can be measured. If it's between 70 and 100 millivolts, you're healthy. You're literally like a magnet resisting all poor health. When the cellular charge drops below 70, bacteria begin to show up. This is when people begin to get things like fungus and bacteria, and they begin to get colds. When the cells drop even further, when they drop below 40, this is when viruses and a lot of chronic disease starts. Below 40 millivolts is when heart disease, cancer begin to occur. And so when you begin to get this, that literally every cell of our body is like a battery, and it can be charged up or charged down. And so what charges up our batteries? What is the force that organizes the earth? When I first started listening to doctors of an older generation musing about universal intelligence, I passed it off as just banter. But when I began to really understand this, I realized that this is everything. There's an organized intelligence that stimulates healing. It doesn't matter whether you believe in creation or evolution, this is an organized universe that we live in. Our cells are organized. And so doctors often forget, patients forget. When we get sick, which we inevitably do because of stress, disorganizing energy from polluted water, polluted air, bad food, we look for technological breakthroughs from medicine for getting better. We somehow believe that man-made chemicals are going to somehow fix us from the chemicals that destroyed us in the first place. But what we need to remember is universal intelligence. You know, the first obvious principle is good organic food. So we eat food that contains the natural intelligence of the earth. We drink water, which is naturally clean, naturally structured by the earth. We breathe clean air. And then there's some powerful medicines, things that we talk about in the DNA reset, but some of them are getting your vitamin D levels right, getting out into the sun, which is really the source of all energy on earth. Chiropractic releases the blockages so that the energy can flow through our bodies, like electricity. We find using things like minerals and fat-soluble vitamins. The more things that you can do that strengthen you, good food, adjusting, the more likely you are to increase the cellular charge, increase the universal intelligence in your body, and heal. And so I always say this, look man, things can only weaken you or strengthen you. That's it. You can go the path of disorganization and disease, or you can go the path of healing, the way of whole body health. And so if you're sick, you got to make a choice. Which way do you go? Do you pursue the same cures that have not worked for 50 years? Or do you plug back into the earth and you become a whole body health warrior and pursue universal intelligence?